What's up, you freaks? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Moy, and today we're discussing fashion YouTubers. I'm in a pretty unique situation where I've been heavily into clothes and like high fashion since I was 13 years old, and I've been watching YouTube super heavy since I was like 9 years old. So I have seen the gambit of YouTubers in fashion space, okay? Or fashion people in the YouTube space, however you want to say it. I've watched them all. I've seen many come and go. And the other day I was playing Overwatch at like 1 a.m. My Wi-Fi cut out mid-ranked match, so I got booted. Devastating. But I didn't want to go to bed. I was just really annoyed, and I was like, I should have ranked YouTubers. Why? I don't know. So I compiled a list of 17 I could think of at 1 a.m. in the morning, and now we're going to talk about them. Starting first with one I actually enjoy a lot, Kenjima. He started with pickup videos and shopping vlogs from his time in Japan that I really enjoyed watching, and he had a great cast of characters around him.
What the fuck was that? Literally, I just got fucking hit like 5 times.
That just made the vlog super fun. They were always like 20 to 40 minutes, and I love a good long YouTube video. Just put it on in the background as I do things, play some games. It's awesome. So I watch his videos very frequently, especially like 2020, 2021, 2022, up until I think like 2023 for real, or maybe even 2024. I was very into Kenjima. I have since not kept up with him as frequently. I used to watch all of his videos. He followed the path of a lot of YouTubers of starting a brand. His is called Frugal Aesthetic, and I think is one of the better brands that's going to be on this list, and of all YouTubers actually. One that I've actually considered buying from. It's just kind of expensive. It's like our legacy level pricing. I enjoyed it a lot. Great styling, good content around it since he started it. A lot of behind the scenes, the photo shoots, meeting with manufacturers, the design process.
Dude, this looks like some artisan shit.
Really good content. I don't keep up with him as religiously as I used to, but I do still highly enjoy him. We're going to go with a solid A tier here. On to the next one, Always Fresh Apparel. Now, this is one of the OGs that I really remember super popping from like 2013 to 2017. He had YouTube on lock. That was like the hype beast-ish era. A little before that, like Karma Loop era. If you remember Karma Loop, you've been into this shit. Like, you know some shit. Gradually started posting less as he started his brand in 2017 called Bare Knuckles, which seems to be doing well though. I've done some research for the video and it's still ongoing. So big up to him, and he still is posting. It's very infrequent. Like every couple months he puts up a video. And for that, second A tier. Starting off strong right now. Honestly, this top row is kind of stacked. Because next we have Frugal Aesthetic. Now, Frugal Aesthetic has been around for a minute. I think he started posting in 2017 or 18. At first, it was a lot of faceless content focused on like fashion and memes. But he does it in a way where he teaches you good style while being really entertaining. He doesn't present it to you like a video essayist and is trying to break down things. He like makes jokes about it, but very, very well. Phenomenal editing, and he did start showing his face in the past few years. I have enjoyed his content actually more since he became a face channel. Even if there's really good editing, I like knowing who's behind the channel that I'm watching. So since he started posting himself, I've become a massive fan and regularly watch him. He is another one with a brand called Raise.Online, and they did this super, super sick bomber jacket that I almost bought, but there's another brand on this list that I ended up buying their bomber jacket instead. But his brand is doing really cool stuff. All around, great content. Couldn't recommend it more. And honestly, it's going to be the first one to touch the GOAT status of YouTube for me. People I'm putting in the GOATs are my biggest recommendations. If after you watch this video, go watch their videos. And he's actually the second most subscribed to person on this entire list. So you've probably seen one of his videos at some point over the years, even if you don't recognize his name. Great content. Could not recommend him anymore. After that, let's go to the most #1 subscribed person on this entire list, Alpha M. Alpha M has been doing it longer than anybody else on this list for over 13 years. I remember watching him when I was 13, 14 years old. I'll be honest. I wish I did it. His content is super menswear, hyper focused. I will say he has some good stuff about grooming. As a young teenager, taught me the importance of smelling good, being clean, and just not being an overall stinky, nasty guy. I will give him that. Everything else, garbage. He has like 6 million subscribers. He's still making content to this day, but I just think it's content you don't need in your life in any way. He is solely the reason for me making a would delete their channel tier. If I could right now press a button and wipe his channel, I would. With the stipulation that like it didn't affect his monetary living. I don't want to send a guy into poverty. I just don't think anyone should be taking his fashion advice, especially in the year of 2026. Now, following him, we have another fucking banger. Bliss Foster, YouTube's fashion historian, one of the most influential people on fashion YouTube in my personal experience. Bliss doesn't really focus on like pickup content. He's really truly like a historian. He is like the Library of Babel. His content holds so much knowledge about fashion itself and the history of it, the brands, the designers. It's truly mind-blowing. And honestly, if you could watch one person from this entire video, please make it Bliss. Specifically, the series when he was dissecting Martin Margiela's early runaways from the time when he was still head of the house. Oh my god, that series is one of the best things to exist on fashion YouTube. No contest, hands down. Like, it's phenomenal. I could not recommend it more. In research for this video, I actually realized I've been watching him since his 4th ever upload. It was Fashion Theory of Hood by Air. Just if you want actual knowledge about fashion and not just here's cool clothes with a cool price tag, he's the one to go to. He gives you so much detail about the history, the reference points, like what the designers were going through in their personal life that led to the X collection. And actually, my girlfriend of 3 years, on our second date, we connected super heavy over Bliss Foster. We were just talking fashion, and she brought over a book of hers about McQueen. I was like, oh my god, you should watch this dude on YouTube, Bliss Foster. He has a great video dissecting McQueen. And she goes, I know Bliss Foster. She's like, I love watching his content. And it was just a very cute moment, super early into our relationship that I really, really remember and hold dear to my heart, all over this guy's channel. So if you couldn't tell by the way I'm hyping him up, second GOAT here. Not even close. Next up, we have Dolce Jeans, who I would consider to be like more of a video essayist. He does a lot of long deep dives on archive fashion. Good content though. However, I've only maybe watched 10 of his videos. I have enjoyed them whenever I do watch them. I think we'll go solid C tier. Low luxury. This dude is awesome. I just found him last year, and he really focuses on punk influenced luxury, from early Vivienne Westwood, ERD, to Hollywood's favorite Nepo brand, Pally. A lot of lower brands I've never heard of that he's put me on to. There's so much good content from his channel that is uniquely to his channel. There's not a lot of people covering that space in fashion, and it's a space that I love. I don't keep up with him super religiously, but whenever I do stumble onto one of his videos, I always enjoy it. We're gonna go B for low luxury here. Wrong Trousers, aka Vegeta's side hustle. He feels very early Frugal Aesthetic, where he's like a no-face channel. He uses Vegeta as his avatar. I always enjoy his content. I think it'd be something very easy for people to get into who don't want to sit down and watch like a 40-minute, you know, documentary about something in fashion. I think his content is more palatable for the average consumer. I'm gonna go B tier. I enjoy it. I'm not in love with his content, but I do think it's good and worth a watch. Next up is Kyron, better known as Got Suge. I used to watch him very heavy in like 2017, that like hype streetwear era. He did really well, and he continues to make content on more luxury designers now. At the time that I watched him, it was a lot of pickup content and all that. Now he does a lot of vlog style and then showing off his collection because he has an insane collection, especially of chrome hearts. Another person who I don't keep up with super regularly, but I used to very heavy. And for that, A tier. And I have this distinct memory, I'll try to find the clip if I can, but back in 2017 when he broke down why his name was Got Suge, it was a mix of the word swag and his favorite color beige. Suge, which I thought was so fucking funny and stupid. Next up is Owen Hyatt, the owner of Somar. If you watch me on TikTok, you've heard me say Somar 3 times, countless times. My favorite fashion brand at the moment. Not even YouTube fashion brand. I would go as far to say currently my favorite brand is Somar. This dude makes phenomenal content. He's been doing it for 8 years now, if I remember correctly. And he's made a great transition into these longer form videos about pickups.
This is I think it's called the Leclerc waxed denim jacket.
His favorite video games.
I've beaten 5 games in the past few months. The first 2 being part of the same series was Hades 1 and Hades 2.
Movies he's watching.
Saw Frankenstein. I really liked Frankenstein.
Things going on with the brand. All around, I enjoy him. He is someone who for the past like year, maybe even 2, I've watched every upload consistently. Prior to that, you know, here and there I would dabble into his stuff. Longer hair Owen, I remember. But recently, I think he is killing the game. Not only on YouTube, but in terms of his brand, I think is just the best fashion brand off of YouTube. The only one that I've ever bought from my entire shit. I've been watching YouTube fashion for like 13 or 14 years of my life now. This entire time, I've seen many brands come and go. I've only ever bought from one, and it's his. And I didn't buy one item. I've bought 6, maybe 7. Fucking stupid. I'm actually wearing right now. I'm actually currently wearing his double knees. And I love how he's a gamer and embraces it. He wears a lot of gaming merch tees, which is something that I also indulge in. He has a lot of figurines. Actually, this isn't gaming, this is more anime related, but I just picked this one up 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now. It's Griffith from Berserk. Dude, it's stunning. This is a GOAT for me. Undoubtedly, someone who I continuously watch every single video, to the point where my friends make jokes whenever I'm wearing something they've never seen before, and they go, what is it, Somar? Everyone knows I love Somar. That Owen's the fucking GOAT. What can I say? Up next, Callaghan, the only woman on this entire list. Not because I'm misogynistic, but I find in YouTube fashion, a lot of the times people make content directly associated for their gender, or like their gender's fashion realm, you know what I mean? And as someone who doesn't wear a lot of women's wear, I do wear skirts occasionally. I have a purse, but that's about the most. I'm not sitting here super into women's wear. A lot of it doesn't intrigue me. Ash, however, made a video last year called Discussing Menswear as a Woman.
Today I'm going to be talking about menswear as a woman.
Oh.
That got a lot of traction in the menswear space. So I was seeing clips of her video on TikTok and people talking about it, and I hate to make assumptions on things without the full context. So before I take this 10-second clip that somebody cut out and, you know, make my judgments, let me go watch her full video. I loved her video. She had some points that I agreed with, some that I didn't. All in all, though, I really enjoyed her videos. I enjoyed that video so much that over the next week or two, I went back in her YouTube catalog and watched every single video she had ever made, which I think at the time was only like 20 or something like that. It wasn't a crazy amount, but I enjoyed her videos so much that I wanted to see more of her take. A lot of her focus is on personal style, trends, and like the surrounding culture, but in like an introspective way, if that makes any sort of sense. She's very unserious. She always says how she's a hypocrite and that she might hate this thing this week, but next week will love it. Don't take her opinions too seriously. And I really enjoy her style of content. It looks like she's just shooting it off her MacBook camera, which just feels so raw and I love. And I think especially now on YouTube, too many things are overly edited that there's like a yearn for just basics again. Like, I just want to feel like I'm talking to a real person and not a fucking show. I think she does it very well. And for that, she's going to be my first in the S tier. I've been loving her content. I've watched every single video on her channel, which I cannot say for a lot of people on this list. On the far end of that, if she is like gritty, raw YouTube where it feels real again, PAQ is a full-on show. They started in 2017, and from their first ever video, it felt like they had an entire production crew behind them. Their content was beautiful and was what people were looking for at that time. Because back then, most content felt like it was made at home by people. This was the first time, especially in the fashion space, there was content on YouTube that was so overly edited that it felt like you were watching a TV show. And it killed. I mean, they were on a run. It was 4 dudes out of the UK that did it together. And it was a lot of like challenge-based content. We each have 100 pounds, who can make the best outfit. We all went to this charity shop, who could make the best outfit. Like stuff like that. That was really, that era of YouTube loved challenges, and they did it the best. I remember personally, I only watched them for like a year or two, like that 2017, 18, and then I kind of just fell off of them. But in doing research for this video, I realized their last upload was of March 2020. COVID killed their channel. That's fucked up. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go maybe B tier. Like I was thinking A, but I don't know if they're A tier for real. They were really good for the time, but they existed for only 3 years. And honestly, as much as I enjoy the content as a whole, I never really cared about the individuals themselves to go follow them on their own platforms. So I have no idea what they're doing nowadays. Up next is the Iron Snail. This dude hyper focuses on showcasing high quality and timeless clothing. Like those are his two, that's his thing. It's all he works on. Not really necessarily luxury, but high quality. I found him through his raw denim content a few years ago, and I really enjoyed how he didn't just tell you like about the jeans, but he would go into how it's made, like all the super niche details about that. And then I remember the video, I wanted a pair of Danner boots. And he had a great video talking about Danner boots and the history of them. Not just here's a cool leather boot, but like why this boot has become what it is. How did the history of hiking boots lead to this boot being so successful, and why it was developed and why it still prevails nowadays.
In 1974, this boot was deemed the best value hiking boot in the country. This style of boot is so cleverly designed, which we'll go over today, that it dominated the hiking industry for years. Even elephants were wearing the Danner 6490. Cool.
Phenomenal channel that I truly couldn't recommend more. I believe his real name is Michael, and he has his own brand also called the Iron Snail that I had never personally bought from, but it seems to be really high quality just from what he's shown in his videos of him going to where his wool is made.
And this is Jamie. I haven't introduced you yet to the vlog. Jamie is supplying, well, the sheep are supplying, but Jamie is supplying the sheep for the fiber for the yarn that is being spun into the billy goats, which is the name of the sweater. Hello.
He's really in touch with everything, and I recommend him a lot. This is gonna be another GOAT. This is my Mount Rushmore right here of fashion YouTube. His content is so well done and edited and researched, and I always appreciate that more than just a cool pickup. On that note though, someone who does cool pickups in like one of the coolest ways, Jacob Wallace. He mixes pickups and vlog style content perfectly. Like, his videos will always start with him showing off the craziest of pickups. Shit that just has you questioning how is he getting it, right? Like, these are insane pickups. And then like a little vlog content for like a minute. And then all of a sudden he's at his homie's house, who is either fucking Trevor Gorgie, who is the brand owner of Fugazi, or Fernando, who runs Unsound Rags, one of the coolest secondhand markets in LA. And then they're showing you their insane pickups. And you're just like, what the fuck? He makes content that has you going, damn, I wish I could do shit like that. Like, it's just the craziest of pickups the entire video. And then it ends. And they're usually short and sweet. They're like 8 to 12 minutes long. I fucking love him. He has a pretty cool brand called Who Is Jacove. Everything looks great. I don't own any of it, but from what I've seen, it looks like a really good brand. And I would love to get something at some point. I just haven't yet. S tier. Without question. I don't even have to even think too hard about that one. Him and Ash are like two very different types of content, but they both do it really well. Super deserving of S tier. Next I have, this is Antoine. This is the only Techwear channel in the entire list. I'm a massive fan of Acronym, and I found him in just doing research about the brand Acronym. Great content. There's a lot of focus not only on the actual Techwear itself, but the surrounding environmental impact of fashion. I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely don't watch all of his videos, but the ones I do, I would say I'm a fan of. We're gonna go B tier here. John's Addiction. I just found him recently within the past like maybe 4 months, so I don't have a lot of knowledge on this guy. He seemed to have lived truly through that 2017 hypebeast era that I remember fondly. But when I lived through that hypebeast era, I was a true teen. I was in high school. I wasn't able to get that many pickups. I had some cool shit here and there, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't like hyper into it the way people were online. He seems to have been part of that and is now elevated out of it, but still talks about that time in fashion. And I really appreciate his knowledge. I'm not in love with his channel. I've only seen maybe 5 videos of his, but I do enjoy. Easy C tier. Magnus Running. I used to watch this dude a shit ton back in like 2020, 2021. He is like a luxury minimalist, kind of, question mark. He used to do a lot of hypebeast content again. Most people on this list at some point did hypebeast content. He then switched into more subdued like luxury content, and then started his own brand called Running, which never really appealed to me, but I respect it. He doesn't post as much anymore. I think I stopped watching him around 2022. I haven't watched any of his content since then, but I do remember being pretty fond of him at the time. We're gonna go with a B tier for him. Coming up on the tail end here, Drew Joyner. He has like a perfect mix of personal style content with cinematic vlogs. I used to be a bigger fan of his, more so not really. TikTok wise though, I do still enjoy his TikTok quite a lot. But on YouTube, I can't remember the last time that I watched a Drew Joyner video. But really good content overall, and he did do a lot of good selvage denim content, which again, I was really big into selvage for a while. I think B tier. Okay, and last but not least, Carsten Croning, or Croning. I'm gonna butcher your last name, I'm sorry. This dude is a video essayist with like a hyper focus on the intersection of military, vintage, archive, and music. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, just go to his channel. It's really good content. He does get brownie points for being a fan of Valence and Evangelion, which are two things I'm a huge fan of. I do have a great Valence collection. If y'all want to see that, let me know in the comments below. His is insane. And you can really see his love of Evangelion in his brand. He has a lot of clothing referencing the anime and non, like, just anime merch way. It's really good. Oh yeah, and I've noticed he has a love of scents. He talks about him quite a bit. And he even developed his own scent for his brand, which seems to be really cool. I think we're gonna go A tier. I really enjoy his videos. I don't watch all of them, but I always enjoy them. And with that, this is my list. Honestly, I'm super happy with it. I would highly recommend my goats to anybody watching this video. You're bound to enjoy them if you enjoyed this. Especially if you're gonna watch one video, please make it Bliss Foster's Margiela Runway docuseries. Phenomenal. If you have any disagreements with the list, put them in the comments below. I'm curious to hear who y'all think should have went where, or if anyone I missed. I know there's a bunch of people that I missed. Again, I thought of this idea at 1 a.m. after I got kicked out of a fucking Overwatch game. But this is going to be it for my fashion YouTube tier list. Bye!